Virginity, purity. Okay, what do these words actually mean? How do we actually define these words? Does virginity only apply to a heterosexual female? Does purity only apply to something that's sexualized? Or does it have to do with doves, like I illustrated in my last post? I am reading one of the greatest books I have ever read called The Purity Myth: How America's Obsession with Virginity is Hurting Young Women. Hurting young women. Absolutely it is. America, you are obsessed with virginity. Jessica Valenti, you are a fantastic person, and I agree with pretty much every single word you've written, every single sentence, every single claim you have made. I absolutely agree with. And I think the viewers, the readers, general sex education enthusiasts, practical, realistic people, we'd all agree with you. So, okay, this book essentially goes on talking about the virginity movement and how people are just obsessed with virginity. If you're not a virgin, you can't be pure and all that kind of stuff. There's a section in the novel called Selling Virginity, and on page 33, there's a classroom exercise that's illustrated that when I read, I was like, you kidding me right now? And I put like quotes around it, and I put a little sticky note, which means, hey, read this on your vlog and read it dramatically, and people will be like, what in the world is going on? I am all for classroom exercises and, classroom discussions and role plays and that kind of thing when it comes to health education, because I'm a very visual learner as well. So I can get how, if you visually show something, students are going to remember it more. But this is just way out of line. Listen to this. Okay. One popular classroom exercise, for example, employs scotch tape to demonstrate how premarital sex can make girls dirty. A teacher holds up a clear strip of tape meant to represent a girl in front of the class. The teacher then puts the strip of tape adhesive side down on the arm of a boy in the class to symbolize his sexual relationship with that girl. The teacher rips off the tape, signifying the breakup apparently, and holds it up for the class to look at. Students are meant to see that the strip of tape, the girl, has picked up all kinds of dirt and hair from the boy's arm and is no longer clean. Then, when the teacher tries to stick the same strip of tape to another boy's arm, he or she notes that it doesn't stick. They can't bond. To end things with a bang, the abstinence educator makes a remark about the girls being used and therefore unable to have a strong future relationship or any strong future relationships. Okay, I have a couple of issues with this. Number one, the only lesson I can see from that is that boys' arms are dirty and they should bathe more. Fair enough. That's a fair assumption. That I understand that. Number two, it sounds like a weird science experiment. So this should be in science class, not in sex education classes. The girl is used. The girl is dirty. Excuse me. Okay, we are not strips of tape. As long as you bathe often, use a condom, and respect yourself, etc., I really don't think there's anything wrong with being a sexual person. So, that kind of, who agrees with this classroom activity? No one, exactly. There you go. You're all going to agree with me and say that this is kind of ridiculous. I mean, you know what? I'm all for abstinence. Abstain, absolutely, for sure, especially, if you're not too sure what you want, if you don't know what sex means, what sex is, how to have sex, of course, abstain. But if you're gonna be a sexual person and you're okay with it's not, there's no virgin whore dichotomy. There's a complete, space in between this called women, girls, the rest of us who don't want to be labeled as a virgin or a whore. Come on, okay? Not that being a virgin's a bad thing, not that being a whore is a bad thing. Define whore. What's that all about? Yeah. I don't know. I personally think this thing is a little intense. Valenti goes on to talk about purity balls, that's a completely other vlog. I'm not even going to go there yet. I'm going to YouTube a couple of purity balls because she said that you can actually see some footage. So I kind of want to watch that and be like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I'll talk about it. I'll vlog about it. It'll be hot. Anyway. Yeah, the purity myth. It's an absolute myth. You can be pure, you can be sexual, you can be anything you want to be. Don't let this stuff limit you.